that note, I think I mentioned this earlier, but this all started with this one lady's idea and her constant phone calls. But it has a lot to do with her, and it's not just going to be on the property that she works on. She's going to be a vital part, working with Travel Nevada and working with the state of Nevada, making sure that the operations of this adventure center run smoothly. So on that note, I'd like to introduce Jill Lagan.
Thank you. I have my 10 pages of notes, and it'll only take a little while, but I talk really fast. We are so excited to have you guys here for this monumentous occasion, and we just have a lot of people to thank. So if you give me just a minute, then I'm going to get into some really cool ideas and information. Hey, Lisa, I just saw you. So many great people here. I can't wait to visit later. So this groundbreaking marks a visionary collaboration between Travel Nevada and Boulder City Chamber of Commerce. A long-held dream coming into reality over about 18 years of planning. I think that's about right, Michael? 18, maybe 20 years of planning since we started this conversation. So we are deeply grateful, and unfortunately our fearless leader, Brenda Scolari, couldn't be here today. She is the director of the Nevada Department of Tourism and Cultural Affairs. And she's the one that really helped us make this come to fruition. Today's her birthday, so she's unable to be with us today. So everybody shout out, happy birthday. So I need to recognize Larry Bender and Mike Majewski from Bender and Associates. They were consultants working with us here in Boulder City many years ago when we had this original concept, and they did a lot of feasibility study to determine if this was a venture that we could actually look at. And I will tell you, they held a meeting that was the first time ever to have all of the outdoor operators, not only in Boulder City but in Southern Nevada, all in the room at the same time. That does not happen, right? To be able to get everybody from one trade in the room at the same time. So that was quite a mega accomplishment. We are very grateful to do that. And they did that so that we could kind of survey the business owners. Is this something that you'd like to do? Is the idea of a single hub a good concept? Or are we just, thinking it's a great idea and it's not? So we needed that feedback, and we were able to get that and derive that from that meeting. And I remember Michael also went out and did a bunch of research across the nation to see if there were other adventure hubs or that concept in other places, and if it worked or if it didn't. And if it didn't, why not? And if it did, why? And so we did a lot of homework, and we put a lot of information together. And I'm pretty sure that Mike and Larry never thought this would happen. But look! I am super excited. So, one of the things that we were tasked with in that commission, it was with the Economic Vitality Commission of Boulder City, was to try to mitigate any negative impacts of what was then being called the Boulder City Bypass. That's a naughty word. We don't say that word around here. It's actually the I-11, and it has alleviated congestion, and it allows for more flow, and we now see that people love it, and so it actually has accomplished exactly what it needed to do. And so we're grateful for it now, but I will mention that I was scared, and I stated publicly that I would be retiring from the chamber the day that the bypass opened, because I truly felt like there's no possible way I could help the businesses. I was absolutely wrong. I 100% take that back, because that was not true. And after 1 year, we saw that. There was a novelty time of when people were trying to take that route, because it's a beautiful route. They've done a fabulous job. NDOT and RTC really worked hard to tell our story and some of the artwork. They did a great job, and so we're very grateful. They also worked with us on signage. We were able to change Boulder City Parkway to Boulder City Parkway. It used to be US 95. Does anybody want to go there? But they want to go to Boulder City Parkway, right? And so we finally got Boulder City on a bunch of signs in Henderson. Anyway, we're very grateful. So we are thankful that things were positive and everything has turned out so wonderfully, and now it's time to make it even better. I also want to make sure I thank my board of directors. The board, everybody wave, board of directors, please wave. And I have Ms. Sarah, our current chair. So there have been many boards in the past that have been through this process, right? And they've always been encouraging, they've always believed in this, they could see the vision, they could understand the impacts. And so thank you, board, we appreciate you. And I know many of you have thought I was crazy, but it's okay. We're doing good. I also want to recognize my staff. I have a brand new office administrator. Her name is Angie. So I think she's running around trying to hold things up. But there she is, Angie. So we're really grateful to have Angie. media who's also on the team. We have several volunteers that are here with us. I have Miss Angela that's helping over at the desk, and then Miss Jan that's inside. And so we're really grateful. I need to shout out to Ruben because he doesn't know it, but he's one of my volunteers. So, hi, Ruben. Don't tell him anybody. And so we're glad to have everybody that is a huge part of what makes our daily operations. Oh, and there's my Charlene back there too. My Charlene. And so I have a counterpart here today. He came all the way from across the street. Thank you, Scott, for joining us today. Scott Mulrath, the President and CEO of the Henderson Chamber of Commerce. I have to point out that he lives in Boulder City, the best city to every time and everything. So now I've got him so trained, he says it before I can even. So he says at his event, I live in Boulder City, because he knows I'm going to say it. So you're awesome. I so appreciate you, and we have a lot of great conversation. You know, we're really lucky, and actually Sonny remembers this. So Sonny was one of our counterparts before he abandoned us for the governor's office. But thank you for doing that, by the way. And so we have a great synergy between all of the chambers, great camaraderie, whatever that word is, that we all seem to be able to work together. In fact, just last week, Scott, myself, were at the Las Vegas Chamber fly-in in Washington, D.C. And so we all work together continuously to make sure that we're bringing Southern Nevada the very best and making sure that our elected officials know who and where we are part of. Did you happen to catch that in Congresswoman Titus's picture? Did you see the picture that was in the background? Yeah. Yes. So she asked us if we would be willing to come up with some picture that we could rent her and have it there in her office, because she can't gift it, right? And so we did everything legally, people. And so she has that hanging right in her office when you first walk in, and she's very proud of it, and I'm proud that she's proud. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Moose Track Sound. So Tim, give us a wave back there. So we couldn't do some of these silly things that we do, and we get together and I'm like, okay, we've got this event, we're going to do this and this, and he's like, oh my gosh, not you again. And so we're really grateful to have Moose Track Sounds as part of this, so thank you very much. I needed to give you a shout out. We have had many past mayors who have been a huge part of this and a very big supporter, and so we're grateful for all of them. We will have Mayor Hardy be joining us after a very important Southern Nevada Health District meeting, so he will be here. But I also want to give a huge shout out to our city manager, Mr. Ned Thomas. Thank you for being here. We could not do some of these programs. We have a very symbiotic relationship with the city of Boulder City, and that is important. You get way more done when everybody's on the same page and wants to make great things happen. And so we're really grateful for that relationship. And one of my board members, Mr. Michael Mays, is our community development director. And I think you have a new title now, don't you? I think he is now our deputy city manager. So congratulations. Starts today. I made an announcement. Exclusive. You heard it all here first. We are also glad to have some other city staff. I already gave a shout out to Miss Lisa. She's our city PIO. We're grateful to have all of them and their help. Oh, and we have assistant city clerk too. There she is. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. So, Chad Taylor, would you give us a wave, please? Chad Taylor's a way super important. Do you know that he's also a commissioner? He is a commissioner with Nevada Outdoor Recreation Division, and we are very grateful to have him here. Don't look at me like that. I brought my hanky. Sorry, too many emotions, and we're super excited. But Chad's been a huge human mentor to me, and I'm super grateful for him and for all that he's done, and for his dad. His dad's been in the industry for I don't know how many years. He worked with my dad, and so super grateful to have you. Thank you guys so much. Sorry. I'll cry together. David Huang. I saw David right behind Chad. So David has been very instrumental in this whole concept, and you're going to hear a little bit more. I'll get a little bit more detailed, but if it hadn't been for David actually believing in this concept and believing in my crazy ideas, he, without a doubt, I don't even think he calculated how expensive this was going to be for him, did not even ask us for a penny, said, I absolutely believe in this, I believe in you. So David and National Park Express, now Boulder City Express as well, will be the bus company that brings guests to and from the Strip. So different hotel properties along the Strip will be bringing those guests out here for all of the different operators. So whether you are a kayaker or you're coming out for helicopters or rafting, any of those activities that you're coming out for, you'll be able to catch that along the strip through Boulder City Express. And by the way, we wrapped buses, which if you haven't seen them, they're stinking cool. We've got 2 more coming. Thank you for that grant, Raphael. You didn't even know you gave it to me, but thank you. And so we are so glad to have that because it's a mobile billboard. When you see Boulder City on the side of a bus going up and down the strip multiple times a day, it speaks volumes. This is super, super key, super, super important. It also helps us reduce our carbon footprint, bringing that traffic back and forth. So thank you so much for believing us, and we're very glad that you're here today. So this gentleman's going to get all shades of embarrassed because he does not like being called out. But Ryan Kushner with Podcast Centric, did you see that face? Somebody should have got that on film. So Ryan and Podcast Centric and my business coach Howard Fox, I think Ryan, you're the farthest is the word farthest travel that you had to get here, right? Where did you come from? Boston. See, he's starting to realize that Boulder City is even better, so you can move here too, Scott. And so thank you guys so much. So they are the producers of the Best Damn Podcast. And so if you haven't listened to the Best Damn Podcast, you might want to check it out. It's pretty special. I am in love with it. And so that is hence what that trailer is that you guys all saw, the Best Damn 411. It's our information mobile that we were able to purchase through the 3D grant, Destination Development Demonstration Grant, through Travel Nevada. And so we are very, very grateful for that. Our grant was a part of an EDA award program. And I think that Raphael will probably talk about that a little bit more. But a lot of EDA money coming right into Boulder City. Extremely important. I'll talk about that some more too. But that trailer is our mobile podcast studio. And so we are able to go to different locations as well as right here on site to record those podcasts, which are absolutely becoming a wonderful tool in this day and age in communicating not only to the outside public, but to our members, to highlight those members, showcase them, and give them a little bit of an added boost when they need that. So thank you guys so much for being my partners. And so, I was trying to come up with a clever saying for this. The man, the legend, the hero to many, Mr. John Edmond. I know John's going to shrivel over there in the corner too, but man, you're so cool. So if you have not had the opportunity to meet, know, hear, and listen to him tell some of his stories, his past is incredible. You really need to write a book. Right? This is his daughter, Corey. We are so grateful to have him. So John was our rep that helped us manage our economic development grant application. So we were able to bring him out, and he is a survivor of COVID. And I'm so grateful because when he first came out, he was really having a hard time walking. Did you see him just like stroll in here? He was kind of doing a little jig. And so he is doing so well, and we're so grateful because he is instrumental in making sure that Southern Nevada and the Nevada in general, but Southern Nevada was at least on the forefront of those that were decision makers at the Economic Development Administration. And so thank you very, very much for being our champion. We really couldn't have done this without you.
Thank you.
And Barry. I'm not going to talk because I can't, but I love you. Sorry. Okay, let me tell you a story about the power of outdoor recreation. So across the U.S. in 2023, the outdoor recreation economy generated $1.2 trillion in economic output. $1.2 trillion. I mean, you can't just shake a stick at that, right? It represents 2.3% of our GDP. And that's a stat that came from the Bureau of Economic Analysis. And so that same year, the value added from outdoor recreation in the U.S. was about $639.5 billion. We do all the right things for all the right reasons, right? You guys are here for a purpose. You're doing good work. Thank you so much for all your work. I'm not going to read the same stat that apparently Councilwoman Ashurst also found from the Bureau of Economic Analysis, but we also support tens of thousands of jobs statewide. And this also here in Boulder City, we're hoping to be able to add 29 new jobs, estimated new jobs from this project. That may not seem like a whole heck of a lot when you're talking about, 436,000 across the nation, but those 29 jobs means someone puts it on the table. That is important. So in 2023, visitor-associated goods and services in Nevada reached nearly $37 billion. we are definitely making sure that we have an impact in this state. And so all of that then makes it a little bit easier for all of us to have a wonderful quality of life. Clearly, investing in outdoor and tourism infrastructure is not a luxury, it's a strategic economic imperative for Nevada. So why Boulder City? Why right now? Boulder City has long offered exceptional tourism and recreational experiences at every price point. No matter the budget, visitors depart with lasting memories. And I think right now, as Las Vegas is looking at, okay, so how do we make sure that people realize, and actually Steve Hill said this, so I know they're looking at it, but as they're realizing that we got to make sure people aren't thinking it's just a luxury market to come to Vegas, right? And as we're needing to realize that we need to talk about every price point and every budget, you can still have a great experience and fabulous experience in Vegas. You are already doing it. So I'm so excited. Thank you guys, you were doing the right thing. So our community has always been purposeful in growth. A rural city of under 16,000, we've chosen not to allow gaming within our limits, and yet we continue to invest in high-quality amenities that serve both residents and visitors. This project is aligned with complementary to the Southern Nevada Railroad Museum expansion. Dr. McMahon is right over here. Thank you very much for all your support and help. We really appreciate it. I lost my place. Oh. And it is kind of one of our regional tourism anchors for Southern Nevada, and this will be a complement to that, creating more diversified experiences across all visitor interests. By the end of 2026, I hope our locals are really paying attention to this, especially local officials, because these are important numbers. So by the end of 2026, Boulder City will see nearly $75 million in combined federal, state, local, and private investment funneled into our infrastructure, amenities, and visitor experiences. This will be seen in new roads, improved streetscapes and accessibility, the train museum, a linear park, enhanced trail expansion, dark sky friendly lighting on city streets, new business expansion, and substantial investment in the Lake Mead National Recreation Area, and in my mind, the star, the Boulder City Adventure Center. Tourism is already the leading economic engine for Boulder City and plays a critical role in reinforcing community identity, business vitality, and residential quality of life. Our vision, understand a little bit more about what's going to be happening here. The Boulder City Adventure Center is designed as a one-stop hub for all things outdoor recreation across Southern Nevada, a gateway, resource center, concierge, incubator, and launch pad. As previously stated, this is an economic development administration project. The Chamber had attempted to apply for CARES Act funding for this project through the EDA during COVID. In the beginning, we were able to speak with Mr. Wilford Marshall. He is a very fun man. He is part of the Western Regional Representative. Is that about right? Western Regional Representative for the EDA. And he said, I need to give this money away in 3 months, not 3 years, Jill. You're never going to be able to buy that property. So come back to me when you got a different plan. But he loved my idea and he kept encouraging me. And so thanks to his team, we were able to make things happen. He then further spurred our desire to continue the EDA grant request, reminding us that there were ARPA funds available and hope that we would make that project work for us and put another attempt in. Although we got quite far in the application process on our own, we just didn't have the 20% in an escrow account that we were needing to be able to accept the grant. And so then enters Brenda Scolari. And the rest is now history. Not only was the project funded in that round, but so was the Dark Skies programming that we partnered with. Indoors director at that time was Colin Robertson. He was able to put that grant together, and that was a $1.9 million grant that was awarded to the city of Boulder City, and we retrofitted all of the Cobra light. So all of those fixtures are all now dark sky friendly, and I actually think way better. I can see so much better. I think everybody loves them. So we're really grateful for Colin Robertson and his leadership that then led the way for Denise Baronio to take that helm and just run with it. So for Boulder City to receive those 2 EDA grants was a monumental accomplishment. And the assistant to the secretary of the EDA recognized this at a chamber fly-in in Washington, D.C. several years ago by acknowledging the importance they saw in this concept and that they were keeping their eyes on this. It's pretty cool when the federal government says they're keeping their eyes on you. Yes. So they acknowledged the importance and they saw that this concept might be something that they could potentially replicate across the nation. So that's kind of exciting. You guys are right here in Boulder City. That is pretty cool. You guys are awesome. So as I said before, about 29 jobs are anticipated to be created. Those are staff, guides, maintenance, programming. Additional indirect and induced jobs will ripple throughout the lodging, dining, retail services, and transportation. By the way of entrepreneurial support, will actively engage and mentor and the incubator ideas so that we can bring new small businesses together, whether they're outfitters, guides, gear rentals, tours that align with outdoor recreation economy. We have an accessibility commitment. The Boulder City Chamber is proud to be a certified member of IBCCES as a certified autism center, reinforcing our commitment to inclusive tourism and ensuring that people of all backgrounds can meaningfully engage with what we have to offer. We want everybody to feel welcome in Boulder City. We also want good stewardship. We will always continue to strive to not only support businesses that are using sustainable business practices and conservation-minded actions, but we'll also be very mindful of that same responsibility. We will continually have the Nevada Welcome Center and Adventure Center have that at heart at all times. Our identity to this project is living an embodiment of what Boulder City is. Collaborative, welcoming, regionally minded. It magnifies visitor experience while reinforcing resident pride. So this is not just going to be a facility. It's a strategic investment in economic resilience, regional tourism, branding, and a quality of life. Partnerships matter. No single entity could do this alone. The combined good works of the federal, state, local, private, and nonprofit efforts are what got us here and what will sustain us moving forward. The project is about sustainability, thoughtful growth, not overexpansion, but careful enhancement that honors our heritage and ensures a strong future. Visitors will come, entrepreneurs will flourish, jobs will multiply. Boulder City will continue to punch up above its weight in rural Nevada. Today is not a start, it's just but a milestone in this journey, and we cannot wait to see what the ribbon cutting. Okay, Andy, you're on.
Let's get one. Okay, we'll count you guys in. 1 second. We're gonna have you look this way. 3, 2, 1, and dig.
But the good thing is,
Okay. Now let's just pose with it.